how has IBM India been a very, I see with the robust push of the POSH, the prevention of sexual harassment policy, it is claimed within your organization that it's a key element of this policy, with clear examples calling out in sexual harassment training modules. Can you shed light on some of the examples and actually explain this concept as to how was it designed and how is it carried within your organization?
Yeah, right, Sudhan. Very good question. So we have the POSH policy, which primarily what it wants to do is create a safe place where people can be creative, people can be productive. And that applies to not just people who are mainstream, that applies to race, color, gender, disability, gender, sexual orientation, gender identity, gender expression. To give you examples, of course, I can't share like name details, but there are many programs that we design basis the cases that we receive, because
Okay.
we started long back in the last 15 years at IBM. I'm talking about India. We've received information, or we've been informed on cases like people need training on commenting on general attire or a different attire or behavior or demeanor of a person, or simply asking questions. Are you from the community? Not okay at all to ask somebody like that, or simply saying that, why do we have to talk about sexual orientation at all? Why can't we stick to work? I give you the work, you do the work, and that's it. Why do we have to talk about what's your identity, expression, or orientation is? So all of that needs addressal, and that is how it's important for all organizations to have a POSH policy which is inclusive of different orientations and identity and expression.
Now, I would want my viewers to also know that, we have Mayuk from, the organization himself, and he's actually here to shed light on how the company has helped him shape to who he is today. Now, we see the implementation of certain policies like POSH within the organization, but what best an example wherein the employee himself is coming forward and actually talking through his journey, and that how actually the company has helped him shape. Over to you, Mayuk. I would really like to know, and I would want the viewers also to know your story, as well as take an inspiration from the organization to adopt certain policies from IBM.
Thank you, Sugandh, and first of all, thanks to all of you for having this conversation, because it's very important to have conversations. And I always think that having policies in place, having everything in place would not help if we don't talk and share. It's very important. So I think I'm really happy to come here and share my story vis-a-vis how IBM, because IBM is a company in the point, and how it has helped me shape myself and many others like me, including allies. So I have always been aware of my how different I am from others. But I always my struggle for authenticity has started long back, even before I thought of having a career or being someone in life, because the first thing is your family, how it shapes you. So I remember when I came out after my high school, my father turned around and said, you have to be educated. Education is important. So I took that away from that conversation, because I felt that I have to be educated to be someone. My identity doesn't matter as much, and I was not too aware of the terms as well. But as I grew and the transition happened, mentally, and I went into college, things were more different. I was getting more exposure into the kind of gender identity, gender expression, but I always kept a non-confrontational and a polite approach, because I didn't want to annoy anybody around, or didn't want to break the societal norm. But all that changed when I got into my professional path, my career. So the struggle for authenticity was evident then, because I know that I'm dealing with a lot of cisgender, straight people. around, and I have to have a certain demeanor, and I have to talk in a certain way, because I wanted to be someone. My father told me education is important, you have to be someone. So that was my focus. So if I don't focus on having a demeanor which is like others, I probably would not fit in. So that struggle had been with me from the beginning of the career. So a company plays a strong role, with their inclusive policies. But although I worked with Walmart earlier, Adecco, and other places, but I knew there are policies probably, but I never had a conversation, or never had seen such things. A self-identification, for example. But when I came to IBM, initially we had we had this onboarding assimilation process where it was just touched upon about diversity and inclusion, but still I was not too aware. But as I progressed in my career within IBM, I saw there are so many inclusive policies. I came across D&I team, the D&I leads, and other people who said, yes, of course, you go and there are materials there. You better look it up and how you can help yourself. So the first thing which I did was, which I was not aware for 1.5 years, was a self-identification, where I can go and identify myself as somebody from the community, as a gay person. So I did that, then. And then what I clearly remember, when we talk about inclusive policies, how it helps. So one of the examples was when my partner is from the US and I'm from India. So it's not legal here to have a same gender partner. So when my partner was down with fever and he was admitted in the hospital, I didn't know, I was clueless, and he was really struggling 2 years back. And that was the time when even 377 was not decriminalized, and so I didn't know how to get help from anyone, including my company. But then somebody enlightened me. I think I reached out to my D&I team, and they were like, no, you have a policy at place. We have same gender benefits. It's irrespective of whether India has decriminalized homosexuality. Right. So I reached out to my benefits team, and they arranged for everything they could have to finance me. And I think that's a very important thing, because I was all alone. I had to think also, and I don't get support in terms of the finance, it would have been very difficult to sustain. And since he was not from here, that was another bane. But then I thought, like, how important it is to have inclusive benefits and policies at place. If I didn't have that, it would have been, nobody would recognize my partnership, and IBM did. And that made me very confident at that point in time.
Yeah. And I want to stop here. Prachi, how do you feel when your employee yourself is coming out and saying that, IBM has made me confident? It's a very important statement, I would say, a landmark in somebody's organization where you've been striving so hard to achieve something, and you get certain appreciations from your employee yourself that actually, yes, I'm confident now because of IBM. How does it make you feel?
I just feel ecstatic. I feel gratified. I feel totally blessed with the work that we're doing, and very encouraged and inspired to do much more. And, while we're talking to Mayuk, I know of plenty of such people at IBM. So it makes me feel so proud being an IBMer. And I do want to say, Sugandh, that IBM, D&I has been a part of IBM's DNA, not from today, but 1899 was when we hired the first African American woman, 65 years before the Civil Rights Act, and 1930s when we hired the first person with disability, and in 1940s when we came up with the Equal Opportunity Policy, where diversity of gender, sexual orientation became important to us 100 years ago. So absolutely proud to see Mayuk and people like Mayuk at IBM.
While it's amazing to hear that IBM's HR systems have a confidential and, voluntary option, as you just said, to self-declare as being a part of gay, lesbian, or a bisexual community. But this also gives rise to another question that I'm not talking about Mayuk, but then if they are afraid to accept who they are, how will the society accept them? And how does IBM intervene here on making them help come clean out and confident of their sexuality amongst co-workers?
Yeah, another good question. Thanks for that, Sugandh. So there are two things. We do have the self-identification process. It's voluntary. Now, there are two things. One is that if I'm from the community and I self-identify myself, I can choose not to be out still. It's still in my hands. I've self-identified myself on the tool, and it can only be seen by one or two members of DNI, and that's it. I can choose not to be out to the rest of the world at IBM. My manager, my team, my absolutely anyone. That is one way of being, identifying myself. Another way of being identifying myself is I'm out and open about my sexuality, about my orientation, identity, expression, and I've identified myself on the tool as well. And of course, your question is more about the first option where people are not okay with that. A very good question. So there are different, different things that we do, many things that we do. One very important thing for us is to foster an inclusive environment. Why be diverse? Why is it important to get people from diverse backgrounds, diverse sexuality at work? It will definitely bring, it's always easier to be in a homogeneous group. You're like me, I'm like you. It will be so easy to work. And just being diverse is clearly not enough. So it is very, very important, significant to train our managers for us to say, why is it important to be diverse? They should know that the only way to be more creative, innovative, way to deep thinking is being diverse. So one thing is being diverse, and then you don't do anything to address why diverse. So that doesn't help. You just tell your talent acquisition team, hire more, hire different people, and not train your people, it won't work. So fostering an environment where people can bring their whole selves to work, where people make a difference not only inside IBM, but outside IBM as well, is very important. The other thing, Sugandh, is that we also do a lot of work with people from the community, doing a lot of training work. They talk to poach and call experts because a lot of people from the community have not faced, they've faced domestic violence, they've faced discrimination outside of IBM or outside of IBM in different workplaces as well. So they also need a lot amount of support in accepting themselves, in saying there's nothing wrong in me being different. It's actually something to celebrate that I'm different, and I can probably have a different idea on the table, a different value on the table for the company to do well, and not just company to do well. I strongly feel that it is a business imperative, but looking at it just because it's a business imperative is very lopsided. It's like saying, how can my firm earn more money if I treat you like a human being? So it's really important for IBM to do well, but not at the cost of moral standards. So we do have both, and now we have a chance to be inclusive and increase our company's competitiveness. So both are important, working on people from the community and working on managers to foster an environment where people are welcomed.
For over a decade at IBM, we, have an active business resource group of LGBT plus IBMers, as you call them, and allies, of course, called EAGLE, which works on awareness, sensitization, and peer group support for LGBT. Now, kindly throw light upon this working and how has it been impactful? See, while talking to a number of companies, I have seen that provisions are there in many companies, but then how you project it is very important. And how you actually design it. I really want to know as to how have you designed this program?
The EAGLE BRG, the business resource group that we have, you mean? How have we designed it and how is it helping us? Great. So Sugandh, again, two views here. One is we don't measure success only by how many people are coming out. And the reason is that it's a very personal journey. I can be from the community and feel totally inclusive and still decide that I don't want to come out. And it's a very personal thing that I don't want, let's say, my parents. I know of people who are totally comfortable coming out at work, but not okay with coming out at home. So that alone is not a measure of success, while it is. Having said that, it is really important to see how many people are comfortable coming out at work, feel that, I feel welcomed with the differences I bring. And for that, there's a lot of work that goes on for Eagle. And the most important work, Sugandh, is that getting managers, leaders who make a difference in our day-to-day life, getting them trained as allies. So how we see success is that more and more people join the Eagle group, the group that we have. So it's not only people from the community in the group, but allies. And you'll be surprised to know, well, it's a very pleasant news that we've grown like about by about 200% since last year, because suddenly with COVID we came online completely. Earlier we would meet in person, but now completely on Slack. We have a tool called Slack, and we use that, and that became quite robust. And our plans, all our programs started getting discussed on Slack. So this became a group where more and more people joined. We used almost everything. We used, as I said, Coach on Call. We celebrate days of significance. We discuss policies and programs, making people aware, trying to see how water cooler conversations can be changed. Why is it important to talk about sexual orientation, identity expression at work? Why can't we just stick to work? And what's the use of, subjects like these get discussed very openly. Then role models, really important for us to have people from senior positions who are out, showcasing them as role models. What has their journey been like? Mayuk has been, he's actually a BRG leader, Eagle BRG leader in IBM India, and he's been inspiring and encouraging so many people to come out and feel comfortable in that group. However, there's no push that you must come out and you must be comfortable. There's nothing like that. So then making sure our high potential people from the community are taken through a fast track career enablement program so that they can take on leadership positions. Sugandh, it's really important to not just hire people at any level, but hire people, especially from a diverse constituent like LGBT plus, in key positions, in decision-making positions, so that they can take decisions which brings change in the company. So Eagle has been a very, very active part, or has played a very significant role, because here people see that this is one corner that is safe. I can just be myself here. I don't have to wear a mask saying, no, I have a boyfriend, but actually I have a girlfriend. Or should I say that? Should I say this? Can I show the picture of my vacation time? Should I do that? No, but they will come to know. I don't have to worry about that. This is my space, and there may be 10,000 people in the group, but I don't care. They're all allies.
No, it's a very good point, actually. And Mayuk, I want you now to throw light upon the fact that when she said that, having managers trained is a very important aspect. I want you to tell, while you said that, IBM really, helped you come out and shape you to who you are. Please explain us the role of your manager here. Now, you yourself are at a position where you're inspiring so many people, but at your time, somebody must have been an inspiration to you as well. Categorically, you might not name the person, but then at least you can describe as to what kind of manager did you have who actually helped you out within your time frame when you needed it.
Right. I would not say anybody helped me, because my journey has been my own. And I was quite clear, like I said, when I started, when I realized who I'm different. But I think family played a very important role. But yes, it would be really not correct if I say these people whom I work with, whom I spend like 9-10 hours with, and they have not influenced me, or they have not inspired me in their own ways, like surprising me time to time, would not be correct, So like Prachi said, yes, Eagle has been around. I was not aware of it again. And then I came to know about Eagle, and I just joined it very quietly, like I said. And initially, I was not out there, and because I had my apprehensions, I was out to myself, my family, but mine was a little different of what Prachi said, that some people are comfortable at work and not at home. But I was out at home, but not there. But then I started knowing people who were active, what do you call? They were active participants, and they were crusaders, like who were working for Eagle. And I had friends within that community, and I was like, so what do you guys do? So we have, they were like, please come in. And we didn't have a virtual platform then, it was more physical. So it was more easier, but at the same time it had its flip side, like, you would be visible. So, but I kind of mustered courage, and I went for one of the forums, which I think Prachi was leading, and there were other people. And I was clueless that my manager then would be there with a couple of other team members. And I was literally, I had to face them. And then I think Prachi just said hi to me. Preeti Preeti was not there. Sorry, Prachi was there, and a couple of other people. And they were like, do you know these people? My manager asked me and a couple of colleagues. So I said, yes, I work. I just told I work for DNI. I'm a member of the DNI. So, but thankfully they didn't ask me, are you one? That they didn't ask, and which was very inspiring. That is one thing which we don't want people to ask you.
Exactly, right? It's offensive.
It's offensive, and but that was one place where I thought, it's fine. If not now, then when? Because I was that face which came in at whatever they are thinking of me, I was not bothered. So that started my journey within Eagle. And then I was nominated as the BRG co-lead. And I was posting my pictures like in the profile with like, I'm the BRG co-lead for Eagle. And then the Slack channels, we had this new communication channels, and everybody is like, what do you do within my current team? And my manager asked me during my discussions, like my career development discussions, and so what extra have you done? So I said, I have worked within the DNI team. I'm kind of spreading what IBM has pioneered within the team, and I want to do some work here. And my current team was just focusing on the women empowerment bit and the diversely abled people. So there was nothing to do with LGBT plus. So I said, can I do something within LGBT plus place? And this was back in 2019. And my manager said, you prepare a slide of what you have done, your contributions and the impact. So I discussed with Prachi's team, and they're like, please go ahead and do it. And so I sent it out to him. And what he did was, he shared those slides with our global team, whom we are working with. And I was, forget being out, because I was not out to my current team. Anybody who knew it, they knew. But I was not going around and saying that I am one. So that was a big step. And they asked me to conduct some diversity and inclusion events, sensitization events for managers, the squad leaders. And I thought that was amazing, because, it should start from top down, when the leaders are sensitized, when the managers are sensitized then. So I started with unconscious bias, because, I hear Prachi telling that all the time. It's the base language of any conversation you start, because it's bias what is stopping us from no, I don't want to know these things. And managers are humans only. Right. So we started those sessions, and I started with one session, then I went into diverse abilities and other sessions, and it just one thing led to the other. Mm-hmm. And who was the conduit there? It was my manager, because he knew the kind of work I'm doing. I was not out there, or I was not telling him that I'm one, I need to do this thing, but he understood, and he said, if you want to do something, this is the way you should do. And
exactly. He gave the path for you, I believe.
Right. And, that is the biggest thing, achievement which I have, and an IBMer as a community member that my manager understood. And then my manager got in touch with the DNI team, that is Preeti Jain, who's leading the diversity and inclusion, and said, I want to take up inclusive trainings. How would I do that? I know Mayuk is kind of the cheerleader inside our team, and we are so proud to have him, but I want to change. I want to do something. And he took up the LGBT plus ally program, which we have, the training which we have, and then he took the Be Equal ambassador program. We have multiple programs and trainings.
I'm sure.
So, I mean, there's no end to it, but you have to start somewhere. So he started. And, Sugandh, I would be very proudly sharing this with you that I spoke to my current leader now, because we went into a different technology altogether. And now we have initiatives in Agile platform, because, at IBM, we harness the AI to make things more inclusive. So I think that is another very important thing I would like to share, that this, when we moved into this Agile way, he said, Mayuk is the Spock for diversity and inclusion. I was already a Spock with Eagle, but now I'm a Spock within my team, which I've been working for the past 3.5 years, and nobody spoke about diversity and inclusion. Even if I forwarded something on the Slack channels, somebody would see, somebody would not see. But now it's the mandatory training from top down for everyone. So we are starting with our trainings come next month because of Pride and everything. We are busy. So me along with the DNI team, we are trying to host some sessions there within the team. So you see the transition from being not aware of DNI
to actually leading something. I see that jump, and I believe, Prachi, you must be so proud of your employees that you've actually trained them, not just coming out, but actually now leading such an important initiative. You've actually embedded them within, your company's ethos, that, now your employees are carrying it ahead, and you do not need any more external leaders, to spread a word about this initiative.